This is Denzel. I'm a film student here at the Los Angeles Film School, and this assignment is a retelling of a story. This is for the storytelling course. And the story that I'm going to retell to you is The Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe, 1842. This short story is about 14th century Europe and the Red Death, a plague that is spreading. Prince Prospero, the only named character in the story, isolates thousands of high societal members in an abbey, a place of refuge, a church, a monastery, a building for monks or nuns to protect them from contamination. After months of quarantine in the abbey, the royal staff attended a masked ball. One of the guests attending the gala wore a costume which replicated the effects of the Red Death. Prospero is outraged that this guest would wear such a disguise and ordered the guest punished. Prospero investigated the individual and learned that he is a literal embodiment of the Red Death, who had then infected the nobles in the abbey. The disease infiltrates its victims with bleeding through the pores, particularly the face. Blood oozes from the eyes, the ears, the nose, and the mouth, and the victim lie helpless, convulsing. And the end result is death within 30 minutes. Determined to escape death after he has lost most of his people to this plague, Prospero moves many of the knights and the women of his courts into his castle and wells shut all the doors and windows. Prospero thought by taking this precaution, the courtiers might be safe and defy the contagion that had plagued his people. Prospero thought it was folly to grieve or to think. He thought the world outside his could take care of itself. The main concept of the story is the masked ball given by Prospero, giving those who attended a false sense of the horrid reality of death outside the confinements of their protected abbey. The buffoons, actors, dancers, and musicians who dominated the ball had created an airtight inner world sealed off from external reality. In their warped perception, everyone of importance and their security were within, and the Red Death was not. Poe laid out in detail the interior of the ballroom, pointing out 7 rooms as the primary characteristics, which he had arranged in a way that one could only see them one at a time. Each room Prospero calls chambers and refers to sometimes as apartments. He describes its interior. All of the rooms had Gothic windows and stained glass. The first room was blue, and vividly blue was its windows. The other rooms were different colors. Colors like purple, green, orange, violet, white, and black. However, the 7th room, the glass panes were scarlet, a deep blood color. In the corridors outside the rooms stood a fire opposite of each window that projected its rays through the tinted glass illuminating the room. An ebony clock stands in this room, and everyone at the ball stops dancing to listen to the sound when it strikes the hour. They stand in deep meditation as they listen to the chimes fade away. At last, the clock strikes midnight, and the ball comes to a climax. Yet another presence makes itself known. A figure dressed in shroud, whose mask resembles the face of a corpse, splattered with blood, to give the appearance of the Red Death. Prospero orders his courtiers to apprehend the figure and have him hanged. But this mysterious guest aroused such awe and shock in the room, creating pause to fall over every individual. No one would touch him. It was Prospero himself who chased the figure through the 6 chambers to the 7th and final chamber, where he caught him. And as the prince raised his dagger to kill the stranger, he himself falls forward in death. The courtiers caught up with the two in the 7th chamber, learned the fate of their prince, and attempted to seize the figure, but discovered that the shroud and the corpse-like mask hid nothing. One by one, they all fell down in death, while the flames of the tripod expired. The story ends with the ominous last line. And darkness and decay and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all. Thank you.